Picture this. It's a warm summer evening. An 18-year-old girl finishes her shift at the mall, walks out smiling, talking on the phone. 6 hours later, her father is standing on a dark beach, flashlight trembling in his hands, screaming her name into the wind. Her car is there, windows down, purse inside, but she's just gone, vanished. And here's what makes your blood run cold. The person who took her wasn't some stranger lurking in the shadows. It was the boy who once promised to love her forever. This is the story of Lauren Ashley, and I'm warning you now, this one hits different. Lauren Ashley was born April 1st, 1993 in Boston, Massachusetts. Her parents, Mary and Malcolm, were both teachers who raised her with love, integrity, and kindness. When they divorced in 2006, they stayed united in one thing, their unwavering dedication to their daughter. By 18, Lauren had lived more fully than most people do in a lifetime. She sang in multiple groups, played tennis and soccer, performed in the church choir, was part of the youth symphony, worked as a camp counselor, and landed the lead in a local production of Annie. This girl didn't know how to sit still. Standing at just 4 feet 11 inches, Lauren was tiny, but her presence filled every room. When she sang, time stopped. Her voice was pure magic. But what really set her apart was her heart. She organized charity events, volunteered everywhere, helped anyone who needed it. At just 12 years old, she traveled to New Orleans to help Hurricane Katrina victims. She went back 2 more times. That's who Lauren was, selfless to her core. Everyone who met her felt it, that warmth, that light. At Wayland High School, she was a force of nature. Academics, sports, concerts, community service, she threw herself into everything with passion. Some friends even called her a trendsetter. And during senior year, she met him, Nathaniel Fuja, Nathan, the boy who would destroy everything. They'd known each other since childhood, but something clicked senior year. Nathan was the star football player, tall, fast, powerful. Girls screamed his name from the bleachers, but Nathan only had eyes for Lauren. To everyone watching, they looked perfect together. The golden boy athlete and the talented girl with the killer voice. Nathan's father, Tom, was a renowned guitarist who taught at Berklee College of Music. His mother, Beth, welcomed Lauren into their home like family. For the first 2 years, everything seemed like a fairy tale. Young love, inseparable. Everyone thought they'd last forever. But fairy tales don't always have happy endings. Slowly, cracks started forming, arguments erupted, they fell into this toxic cycle. Fighting, breaking up, getting back together, promising it would be different, then fighting all over again. Nathan was insanely possessive of Lauren, pathologically jealous. He hated when she spent time with other people, when she gave her energy to friends, to volunteer work. In his mind, she belonged to him. That resentment festered and grew into something poisonous. As senior year progressed, Lauren started thinking about her future, and the more she reflected, the clearer it became. Nathan didn't fit into that future anymore. She was exhausted, tired of the drama, the jealousy, the constant emotional warfare. She wanted more. She deserved more. Lauren applied to Elon University in North Carolina. Nathan was headed to Trinity College in Connecticut on a football scholarship. Her friends saw what was happening. They actually made a list of reasons why she needed to end it. His explosive temper, his suffocating jealousy, his aggressive behavior, the way he disrespected his own mother. Lauren read that list, and on her birthday, April 2011, she did it. She ended the relationship. She later told people it was one of the best days of her life. She felt free. The timing made perfect sense. Different schools, hundreds of miles apart, a clean break, a fresh start. But for Nathan, it felt like the world was ending. The football scholarship he'd worked for his whole life suddenly meant nothing. All he could think about was Lauren. That energetic, driven young man completely withdrew, stopped seeing friends, stopped going to practice, spent days on the couch, staring at nothing. He started drinking heavily and smoking marijuana daily. Even though Lauren had ended things, she still cared. Several times she asked friends if she should reach out to help him. Every time, they told her no. Don't give him any reason to think there's hope. Summer 2011 arrived. Lauren had just graduated and was excited for these last months at home. Her friends threw her a massive party, 150 people, music, dancing, celebration, and Nathan showed up, already drunk. He stumbled over to Lauren, tried to talk about getting back together, but Lauren held firm, told him to leave her alone. Everything had been said, but Nathan wouldn't accept it. He followed her all night. Everywhere she went, there he was, hovering, pressuring. His anger kept building. When Lauren refused to talk to him one more time, Nathan completely snapped. He stormed across the party and punched one of the tent poles with everything he had. The entire structure collapsed on everyone. The party was over. Everyone told Nathan to leave. That night, Lauren told her mother everything. How Nathan wouldn't let go. How furious he was that she'd ended things. For a while, things seemed to quiet down. Lauren took a job at a clothing store in the mall, earning money for college. July 3rd, 2011 started like any other day. Lauren showed up for her shift at 10 a.m. Security cameras caught her walking in at 9:45. Just another normal day. At 6:45 p.m., her shift ended. Cameras caught her walking out, phone pressed to her ear, smiling. She had plans to meet friends for a walk. It would be the last time anyone saw Lauren Ashley alive. She never showed up, and Lauren was reliable. If plans changed, she always let people know. Always. Her friends knew immediately something was wrong. Malcolm knew it too. Lauren was supposed to come home, change, then meet her friends, but she never came home. Malcolm didn't wait. He called police immediately. That same night, officers found Lauren's red Jeep parked at Wayland Beach. Windows down, her purse inside, her laptop in the back, but no Lauren. Malcolm raced to the scene. He ran straight to the water, flashlight shaking, screaming her name, praying he could still save her, but she wasn't there. Lauren's friends spent the entire night at that beach, crying, waiting. Not one of them even considered someone might have hurt her. Police questioned everyone. They learned about the breakup with Nathan. Lauren's friends insisted it couldn't be him. He loved her. Sure, he'd been depressed, but hurt her? Impossible. Police weren't so sure. That evening, they went to Nathan's house. Nathan's story was simple. He'd been home all day. Lauren stopped by for about 5 minutes, but never got out of her car. They had a brief conversation, then she left. That was it. The next morning, just before dawn, a cyclist riding near the highway noticed something floating in marshy water. She moved closer, and then her blood turned to ice. It was a body, a young woman. It was Lauren Ashley, just 5 miles from home. When police pulled her from the water and examined her, they knew immediately this was murder. A deep, vicious wound slashed across her throat and tangled in her hair an elastic cord. Malcolm was asked to identify the body. It was her, his baby girl, 18 years old, gone forever. He still had to tell Mary, had to speak the words no parent should ever say. Our daughter is dead. The news exploded through the community. Friends insisted Nathan could never do this, not to the girl he loved. But police knew better. Security cameras showed Lauren on her phone leaving the mall. Phone records confirmed she was talking to Nathan. She'd agreed to stop by his house for just 5 minutes before meeting her friends. She didn't tell anyone about this detour. Nathan's parents weren't home. When Lauren arrived, she sent Nathan one text, one word. Here, the last message Lauren Ashley ever sent. 7:05 p.m., July 3rd, 2011. On July 4th, officers returned to speak with Nathan, but he was gone. His parents claimed they didn't know where. Authorities immediately secured a warrant to search the house. In the garage, they found horror, blood everywhere, on the floor, on the doorknob, in the sinks. Someone had tried desperately to clean it up but missed spots. In the basement, tennis shoes caked in thick mud. In the attic, blood-stained boots and clothing. Lab analysis confirmed it. Nathan's clothes were soaked in Lauren's blood. The mud matched the marsh perfectly. Nathan Fuja was placed on the wanted list. He was found hours later at his cousin's house. Shortly after midnight on July 4th, the 18-year-old football star was arrested and charged with murder. During questioning, Nathan said absolutely nothing, just silence. But there was more. The night before the murder, Nathan had called his cousin asking to hang out. When she declined, he got angry and hung up. The next day, after Lauren's body was discovered, the cousin called Nathan. His response was chilling. He said the murder weapon would never be found. And there was something else. In 2009, during one of their breakups, Lauren attended a dance with another guy. They kissed. Suddenly, Nathan appeared, shoved the young man violently, and threatened to slit his throat if he ever came near Lauren again. Slit his throat. And years later, that's exactly what he did to Lauren. Nathan's trial began February 13th, 2013, 18 months after Lauren's death. The defense claimed Nathan was legally insane. They openly admitted he killed Lauren, but argued he was suffering from severe depression, head injuries from football, and substance abuse. They claimed he experienced a manic episode and couldn't control his actions. The prosecution painted a completely different picture. They argued Nathan deliberately murdered Lauren because he couldn't handle rejection. This was calculated revenge. Phone records showed Nathan called Lauren multiple times that day. He coerced her into coming to his house, knowing his parents wouldn't be home. The autopsy revealed defensive wounds. Lauren fought back. She tried desperately to survive. After killing her, Nathan calmly changed shoes and walked 4 miles to abandon her Jeep at the beach. He threw the keys in a storm drain. Then he walked back home, loaded Lauren's body into his vehicle, and drove to the wetland. He carried her through the muck, believing she'd sink forever. That night, neighbors saw him driving home naked, windows down, music blasting. Afterward, he methodically cleaned the crime scene, hid the evidence, and waited for his parents like nothing happened. The prosecution argued this was not insanity. This was cold-blooded, premeditated murder. The medical examiner delivered devastating testimony. Lauren likely remained conscious for several minutes, bleeding out before she died. Several minutes of terror and pain. Nathan, now 20, hunched forward and wept. On March 7, 2013, the jury returned guilty on all charges. Nathan Fuja was sentenced to life in prison without parole. As the sentence was read, Malcolm crossed the courtroom and embraced Nathan's parents. He understood both families had lost something precious. After losing Lauren, Malcolm and Mary established the Lauren Ashley Memorial Foundation, dedicated to educating teens about relationship violence and promoting healthy relationships. But in January 2024, the Massachusetts Supreme Court overturned the law requiring anyone under 20 to serve life without parole. Nathan's sentence is now potentially up for review. Malcolm and Mary are terrified the man who murdered their daughter might walk free someday. Lauren never got a second chance. She never got to go to college, chase her dreams, fall in love again, get married, have children. All of that was stolen by someone who claimed to love her. If this story affected you, share it. Talk about it. These warning signs are happening right now to someone you know, and speaking up could save a life. Until next time, stay sharp, stay vigilant, and never ignore the red flags.